Probably about 12, 14 years ago, my wife and I bought a condo. And at first we started hiring people to do the work. And over time, we started doing more of it ourselves. And then it got to the point where when we were ready to furnish it, we couldn't find anything that suited our taste. So we started to build it. And at that point, we just said, you know, let's just continue this. I'm Jay Leko. I'm a furniture maker in Huntsville, Alabama. My family does have a history in woodworking and carpentry, but I was never exposed to any of that. I was more directed towards going to college, so I was never shown any of that and never really exposed to it. I came to Huntsville by way of Florida. I was working on a graduate degree in Florida. My advisor sent me up here to finish off the degree, and then when I was here, the professor I was working with said, "You're coming back to finish your PhD, right?" And I said, "Okay," considering he's paying, so that's what we did, and then just wound up staying here. There are certain pieces that I'm working to replicate, but as far as a particular style, no. I've got things that I like, but tools that I use are essentially hand tools. I like to joke about the only tools that I have with power cords on them are the vacuum and the lights. Everything pretty much fits in the tool chest. That's about it. A lot of variation. It really depends on what the client wants. I've done everything from tables with, marquetry on the top to did a baptismal font for a local liturgical institution. That was interesting. They had a 30-inch diameter copper bowl that they wanted reused in the piece. A lot of different things. Favorite project, probably right now, would be the Yobon recreation that I'm engaged in. That's sort of a living archaeology project, going back and, first of all, being given the opportunity to examine the original at the Getty, hands-on, was fantastic. And then from there, having to think like the actual maker 260 years ago and how he produced the piece and the ways that he had available to do things. They didn't have power tools, so most of our tooling that we would consider using today is not going to be the answer there. So having to think about the different tools from the time and how they could be used to get the desired effect now. The types of work that I like to take on are things that are usually a little more involved. Things that involve a higher degree of embellishment, marquetry, or inlay, those sorts of things. Well, currently I teach a sharpening class, which is usually about the third Saturday of the month. And there we go over things like the theory of sharpening, safety, the different types of systems that are involved. And then students actually do some hands-on. I have everybody bring a 1-inch wide chisel, and we work a simple system that you can find from materials that are readily available from almost anywhere. And usually works out rather well. I'm here most of the public hours at Studio 204 in Low Mill. And I also have a website, which is my name, www.jleko.com. And my contact information is also up there.